I made it to Nicaragua. Hello, I'm Theodora, but you can call me Teddy. And in this video, we are going to expose me. And I'm going to support you in realising that it's okay to look back on your past self and cringe a little, because that means you have grown. And as I sit here in Nicaragua, we will look back not only at my cringe self, but also the journey that led me here in 2021 and the lessons that came from it. Now, before we buckle in, don't forget to help a gal out and click that subscribe button. Wow, what a journey that was. I travelled from London Heathrow Airport during a pandemic to come out to Nicaragua to carry out a heart project with a wonderful movement called Macy, who support people living in the rural communities in the jungle here. So I travelled from London to Paris in France, from Paris to Costa Rica, where I had to stay overnight in Costa Rica, and the next day I got picked up by a wonderful chap called Milton, who drove me to the border. It was about a 5-hour drive to the border of Costa Rica and Nicaragua. The aircon broke down in the car on the way there. It was hot, it was tiring, but we made it. Oh, the aircon broke down in the car. What a first world comment that was. And really, if that was a concern, bless me back then, because I was in for quite the shocker. And bless him, he took my cases all the way to that border for me, where I then had to wait with other passengers or tourists on foot amongst the hundreds of trucks that were also waiting to go into Nicaragua. So I had 2 suitcases with me, one personal and one being full of dental educational props and products, and some of the products which were kindly donated by Curaprox over in Switzerland. So I had a lot of the Curaprox 5460 toothbrushes with me, which I wanted to use in my prevention sessions with the people in the jungle communities. Now, of course, as I entered with 2 suitcases, the customs wanted to check what was in the other suitcase. So a lady took her time and counted every single toothbrush. So I was waiting there, getting a little bit anxious, and every single toothbrush came out and it was counted, and they didn't seem best pleased with me. Of course, there were lots of questions. What are the toothbrushes for? Are you selling them here? I don't speak Spanish at this point, and they speak very little English. So lost in translation, yes. But anyway, there's always a solution, and yes, of course, I had to put my hand in my pocket and support the toothbrushes coming into Nicaragua, which I was very happy to agree to. I got my toothbrushes in, they got a Curaprox 5460. Everyone's a winner. The thing is about cringy past versions is that they help us to get to where we are supposed to be. Now, without this crazy, enthusiastic, passionate dental nerd who decided to endure an extremely long journey with a suitcase full of toothbrushes, would I be sat here in the most incredible place, in the most incredible relationship I've ever experienced in my life? Probably not. The me sat here now with you needed her. I needed her, and you need your cringy past version as well. We need to learn to love and celebrate them. Then the long, hot walk, finally the other side into Nicaragua, where Lisa and Victoria from the Macy movement were waiting for me to collect me and take me to the jungle. And after a couple of hours drive, we made it. We made it to San Juan del Sur, which is the south of Nicaragua, and a beautiful place. As you can see, I am here right now in the jungle, very close to the coast, and very excited to have had the opportunity to work with the wonderful people in the communities here. So I arrived safely in the jungle with Victoria and Lisa, got myself ready, prepped, organised and planned to start my prevention clinics in the jungle communities here. So I hope you enjoyed this short hashtag Teddy Talks on my journey into Nicaragua, and I hope to have you around to subscribe if you like, and follow my journey and what's upcoming. I'm going to be talking about how we did our clinics, when we did it, and more stories to come. The adventures here in Nicaragua continue, so the journey certainly did continue. 3 years on and I'm still here. Now that was the first ever YouTube video I made in 2021, and I had filmed so many more. I still have them in the archive, but I never released them until now. Why? Well, I suppose deep down there was a large part of me in fear of judgment, ridicule and failure, like all of us. And even though I love speaking, educating and presenting on topics, and I felt in my element creating my videos, but because of the stories in my head, I stopped myself from releasing myself fully. Now it's taken 3 years of self-work to finally get to the point where I can now show up without fear and share with you the wonderful stories, experiences and education that I wish to serve you with for so long. And it's taken just as long for me to look back and feel so much love for that crazy chica instead of embarrassment and cringe. The thing is, she's not completely dead. I still have many parts of her in me. And ultimately, she's getting me to release this video right now. So if you are holding yourself back from doing what you love and what you want to do because of the fear of others, fear of rejection and judgment, let this be your sign to start learning how to drown out those thoughts and voices. And if you feel cringe about who you were, take this as an invitation to instead thank that version of you for getting you to where you are right now, because you couldn't have done it without them. So celebrate them for the growth they have given you. Now, if you want to see and learn from my lived experiences over the last 3 years with stories from the jungle, then stick around, hit subscribe, drop me a message below. Let me know if you're coming on this new journey with me, because I would love to have you with me. I can't wait to spend more time with you here. And until then, my dears, ta-ta.